Ways to get wealthy before the nuclear war, part 3.
I hate this being true, but there is no such thing as objective value. Nothing is objectively valuable. Everything is subjective. Why is a Bitcoin worth what a Bitcoin is? Because there's more buyers than sellers. There's demand and supply tension. Why is water free? Because it's freely available. There's no friction. Why do we never stop and think about how incredible it is that we have Google Maps? And we go, oh my goodness, someone spent $1 billion sending satellites up so that I can have maps on my phone for free. No one's weeping tears of joy for Google Maps, and we should be, because someone spent $1 billion on our behalf, so we've got free maps on our phone, but there's no friction around it. Now, if they suddenly said we're taking it away, we'd hit the roof. And if they said it's $10 a month, we'd pay $10 a month. So friction creates value. Demand and supply tension creates value. The thing that happens is in an exponential world, in an exponential curve, every double eclipses everything that came before it. And when you go through a doubling speed, you're doubling and doubling and doubling. Each double is worth everything before. So imagine this. We put 1 grain of rice on a chessboard, then 2, then 4, then 8. 8 is bigger than 7 that came before, then 16, which is bigger than 15 that came before that. Right? And it goes like this. They all do repetition, and it's perfect reps. They do it over and over and over again. No one's talking about this. Some of the biggest, most successful businesses, WD-40. WD-40 was the 40th attempt to create a spray that would do that thing that WD-40 does. And then for the last 50 years, they've just been selling WD-40. It's their one product, and they just sell it in a small can or a big can. Tabasco sauce. It's a 150-year-old business, and they just sell Tabasco, but every house in the world has Tabasco sauce. You want to then figure out what is the activity that leads to exponential growth, and just do it. Do it again and fall in love with doing it. If you ask everyone, how much should I charge? The average answer is going to be $500. But if you ask the top 1%, how much should I charge? The average answer is going to be $15,000 to $20,000. So you have to be very, very careful not to create a product that gets dragged down towards the 90%, because the 90% don't have the budget to pay the top money. You're far better off having a way of segmenting that top 10% so that you can actually pick up the signal from them and not the noise from everybody else.